Lokita, we can start. It's 4.
Okay. A very warm welcome and a good evening to one and all present here. Pursuit of knowledge has power. It controls access to opportunities and advancement. Thank you all for finding time and joining us for today's webinar on project, patent, and funding analysis for engineering students. This is Lokita from Aeronautical Department. I'm extremely overwhelmed to get this opportunity to address you all for this enlightening webinar. With the blessings of our late Colonel Dr. Jeppiaar, under the guidance of Dr. M. Regina Jeppiaar, the Chairman and Managing Director of Jeppiaar Groups of Institution, our Honorable Principal Dr. V. Natarajan, Dean of Academics Dr. Salisha A. Stanley, Innovation Club President Dr. Padmavati, the Head of the Department of Aeronautical Engineering Mr. D. Thanikvel Murugan, and Assistant Professor Mr. Aston Amit Kumar, the coordinator of the event, are delighted in organizing this webinar. I also welcome all the students and the faculty of the Jeppiaar Engineering College. We also find an immense pleasure to welcome the resource persons of the webinar, Mr. C.Narayanan Sridharan, Consultant of Government Organization AAI, and Mrs. Nithya Ramakrishnan, Managing Director of iJET Aviation. Now I'd like to call upon our Honorable Principal, Dr. V. Natarajan, sir, to share a few words of wisdom.
Thank you, Lokita. Thank you. So very happy evening wishes to everyone connected here. With the blessings of Honorable late Colonel Dr. Jeppiaar, sir, founder Jeppiaar Educational Trust, under the dynamic guidance of Dr. M. Regina Jeppiaar, Chairman and Managing Director, Jeppiaar Group of Institutions, with the support of Dr. Salisha Stanley, Dean Academics, and on behalf of Jeppiaar Engineering College, I happily welcome today's resource persons, Mr. C.Narayanan Sridharan, sir, Consultant, Government Organization AA. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
And also extend my warm welcome to Mrs. Nithya Ramakrishnan, Managing Director, iJET Aviation. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for welcoming.
I happily welcome the convener of today's webinar, Mr. D. Thanikvel Murugan, as well as the faculty members of Department of Aeronautical and President of IAC of JEC, Dr. Padmavati, and various members of JEC, IAC, especially the very happy evening wishes to the student members of JEC, IAC. I welcome you all for today's webinar. Actually, it's apart from the regular practicing of referring the books and writing the things. It's about project, patent, and funding analysis for engineering students, especially. It's a needy topic to knowing about, apart from the normal way of studies. Though in the curriculum, every students have come across with a project as a curriculum, as for a name sake or for the curriculum sake, the project is one of the subject. But so how far we are choosing or identifying our projects, as well as how to converting our projects ideas into innovation. That's about registering our ideas in the name of patent. So everything will be not from our own pocket. There will be a lot of scopes for getting that funding support from the various institute, various organizations. So today I hope every students will get benefited about how to choose or identifying the project, because the project is not only for the completing of the course. It will not supporting that till your course. It's till our last breath, definitely the project will be with us. The idea, thought, what we are contributing towards to our curriculum, the career. So again, once again, I welcome you all, and my dear students, I request you to get benefited about today's webinar. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I'd like to call upon our head of the department, Mr. D. Thanikvel Murugan, sir, to deliver a short message.
Yes, good evening all. Good evening, students. This opportunity is going to be a great platform, and this webinar is going to provide a clear idea, and the resource person is going to throw a light on how to make a patent. Okay, so that's what our major project. So that's going to be identity for all the students, those who are being gathered on this platform. So I hope this will be having a great, at the end of the session, a lot of takeaway will be happening on this webinar. I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I call upon Padmavati ma'am to share a few words of wisdom.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Jeppiaar Engineering College, Institution Innovation Council, and the JEC Innovation Club, with the blessings of our founder chairman, late Colonel Dr. Jeppiaar, and our chairman and managing director, Dr. M. Regina Jeppiaar, in the presence of our principal, Dr. V. Nadarajan, and Dr. Salisha A. Stanley, Dean Academics. We are happy and delighted in welcoming you, sir, Dr. Mr. Srinivasan, sir, and Nithya Ramakrishnan, ma'am, for accepting our invite and spending your valuable time in shaping our students and throwing an inputs on patenting, what is it, before we thank you to our invitation in this session. So thank you, ma'am and sir, for kindly accepting our invitation. We welcome you. Happy welcome, sir and ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our college has always believed that students are the future that will help in making our country great. On encouraging that idea, our college has invited two inspirational persons, Mr. C.Narayanan Sridharan and Mrs. Nithya Ramakrishnan, who are known for their remarkable work in the field of aviation. Mrs. Nithya Ramakrishnan runs her own firm called iJET Aviation, empowering young graduates to find their suitable career in a more proactive way. Nithya has also accomplished projects on GHA license, operation at various levels of aviation sector, faculty manual preparations, and other lot more remarkable projects. And the second resource person, Mr. Narayanan, who is a convergence specialist with 30 years of experience in designing solution in communication navigation, safety and surveillance system for airports, seaports, defense, railways, and roadways. He is also currently handling projects like multi-protocol converter for air traffic control, intelligent interactive traffic management system for AAI, integrated radio solution for disaster management, and a lot more notable projects. Now I'd like to call upon Mrs. Nithya Ramakrishnan ma'am and Mrs. Narayanan Sridharan sir to edify us and share their ideology about project pattern and funding analysis.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Lokita. Thank you for giving the description about our profiles. I would like to thank Jeppiaar Engineering College and Department of Aeronautical Engineering for giving us an opportunity to present our experience and the projects. We are associated with a lot of governments as well as airport airline sectors that utilize final year students' innovative projects that could be recognized and taken ahead for a project funding. So the core criteria of this webinar will be dealing with projects that all the final year students will be doing at most in the 8th semester. So we make sure that any project that has got an innovative aspect would be taken into account, and that particular project will be taken ahead for a funding procedure. So all this happens through Startup India firm and other organizations that are available locally at the state government, along with the central government schemes that will help students to develop their project on a larger scale. So I would like to be giving the whole session to Chennai Sridharan sir, who's already associated with the Airport Authority of India and other government sectors, which helps students to bridge the gap between identifying their project innovation into the sector. So having you in the session, sir, would you be able to take it ahead?
Yes, thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my knowledge and expertise in this field of aviation, and also to guide students how to take their project, curriculum project into next level of patenting and bringing it to an innovative project from Startup and India Initiative Program. So as I have been working closely with the Airport Authority for the past 25 years, and previous to that I was a consultant to a lot of defense and government organizations with respect to legacy to IP migration projects, which has been very niche area where nobody is interested in taking up because they have to understand the existing system to convert that into a latest digital transformation. So for that, basically what students know how should be purely they should understand the technology, whichever they get into, whether it is a mechanical, civil, electrical, whatever it is. They're not supposed to just stop with curriculum knowledge, know-how alone. They have to go beyond that, think out of box, take a lot of initiative programs, training, do a lot of certifications to understand the wide equipment knowledge with respect to their fields. So in this context, if you talk about the project for the final year students, it's not just a subject to be covered, cleared for the sake of curriculum. Most of the students are not understanding the importance of the project. Actually, the final year project is not a mere subject to clear and pass it on. They have to understand the technology thoroughly, and they should know where to implement and know the use case of the technology which they have studied all through these 4 years, and they should know how to implement and take it forward to next level. So unless and until they put their full interest and knowledge and expertise into that, they cannot achieve that. So basically, when at a time, any industry for that sake, at the time of interview or taking providing placement services, they'll first question about your knowledge and expertise on the subjects what you have covered through the 4-year curriculum. Then if they are not thorough with that, then they come to the project report only. They'll ask for you, what is the project you have done in your curriculum during your 7th and 8th semester, and they will ask you to explain. If you are not fully thorough with that, you could have done it just for the sake of curriculum and clearing the subject for the final year, you cannot answer their questions. So unless and until you have show personal interest towards that project, you cannot answer or you cannot satisfy your industrialist or employer, whoever is going to employ you. So what I would recommend is always whatever project you do select at the time of final year, you have to show special interest. Even if you are, moreover, that project will not teach you technology alone. It will teach you teamwork, team spirit, how to understand each and every, and how to take up as a individual project understanding between the existing system, proposed system, and you also should know what all the implementation is possible for the same technology, where all it can be implemented, what is the user purposable thing we can make it forward, and how to commercialize it, how to market it. All these things are taught only during that project curriculum period. So you cannot just skip it just like another subject to be cleared as part of your curriculum. This is my first advice to all the students of college, final year B students or BTech, whatever it is. So now, next, the second thing is, now once you do your project report or project as part of your curriculum with special interest, and try to create or develop a niche subject or a special technology. And once you achieve that, next level, after you come out of your college, you can take that project itself to a next level by adding some innovation to it and some value addition to it, and take it to a next level by submitting it to organization like that is basically startup initiative programs or innovation programs. A lot of export competitors, they conduct a lot of competition with respect to technology-based competition in all over the world. So if you participate and prove that your technology is always superior and it's a little bit more than what the normal technology is available in the market. So for that, you have to put special emphasis on each and every project you do. So that it has to start from the patenting technology or innovation should come right from the curriculum project itself. It's not that you should be that develop something new and innovative after the project is the subject is over or your education curriculum is over. You think that you can do it after your you join a company or a industry. That is not so. Whatever you are trying to do, it has to come from your college itself. Right from the college, when you start your education, try to finish your curriculum, you should concentrate more on the project and the elective subjects you take, because that is what is going to help you in the future in your job market. So now, if you come about take about the product to the next level for patenting, again there, unless and until you are thorough with each and every technology or innovations you are added to your project curriculum or a product, you cannot take it to a patent. For patent, it's not easy. Just now, it's not a submitting a thesis or a report, DPR to somebody. It is more. It requires to justify that what way your technology or your product is superior and what innovation it has got, what the wow factor it has got, and what way it is unique when compared to the existing system which is available in the market, similar product or technology. So for that, you have to do analysis and a lot of deep study. If should go understand the technology in an in-depth manner. You have to refer lot of books, lot of reference manuals, and you have to refer lot of theses. Only then you can achieve. It's not so easy, and it has to have lot of analysis factor. Like you have to have value, add value to the existing system by giving lot of points which really make your product or a solution or a project more user friendly, and it should have market value also. Because you have to consider while doing your project. So that is why I always advise you, don't try to do a project by approaching some training institutes or somebody somewhere which is conducting only the project. That has to have an industrial relationship. The project title, whichever you choose, it should have future for, and it has to have some relationship with the industry, plus current industry and the market. If that is not there, then your project will be at a book level or a paper level only. So for that only, I advise students to choose product which is real time, which you have to go approach industries, you have to approach day-to-day field where this present product or project is already happening. In that, you might have some knowledge or expertise to add some value addition to it. See, if you take about any project consideration, today's world, I used to say to most of my students wherever I just meet and give lectures, today's world, there's nothing called invention. Whatever we make is only a discovery or rediscovery, but we do give some value addition to it and the market value for it. So that is the major thing. But if you want to do an innovative product and it has to be an invention, you just imagine how much knowledge and hard work you have to implement. So that is why I always advise students to, right from this college level itself, you have to concentrate each and every aspect of your project curriculum. Don't treat it as a normal subject to be cleared as part of your curriculum or your education system. Understand? That is my sincere advice to all the students, and even I request the professor lecturer also to guide your students like that. Only then you can bring about a lot of innovation to their product and solutions or the project, so that it can be taken to a next level in future. After they come out of the college, the same project can be taken to a next level for patenting and also to be registered with a startup initiative program, and lot of like competitions which is happening like in the defense industry, and some of the governments are from outstation where these incubation companies, they conduct a lot of competitions for such innovations with respect to products and solutions. So some industry, they conduct a product level competition for students as well as industries to prove that their product is really innovative, really superior, and it has got more features and value addition. The wow factor is there than the existing system or similar product which is already there in the market. So now I request all the students who are interested to ask questions how to take it to the next level. I hope you would understand what I was trying to tell with respect to patenting and with respect to funding. Once your product is, you feel that your product has got some unique feature, some USP, unique selling point, and it has got a good market share. How to take it to a next level is to approach the government schemes like the startup initiative program and a lot of incubation centers. I myself as a consultant to a lot of incubation centers with respect to the education and academic institutions as well as private incubation centers. These incubation centers are like an academy to train and educate, guide students to take their project or product to next level. They do the funding, they give you space, they give you all sort of lab facilities, and they also guide you how to approach the investors. There are private investors, venture capitalists, angel investors who will be interested in investing such products and projects. So for that, these incubation companies will guide you, help you to take it and help you to prepare, digitally market your product and solutions so that you can project it to investors in such a way they will be more interested in investing into your company or a product. So for that, what all you have to do, I'll just give a guideline step or a sort of a handbook which I'll share it through Nithya to all the students, those who are interested in taking their product to the next level and getting funded by the government of India initiative as well as foreign companies. So is there any questions to be asked so that I can tell you more elaborately? It should be interactive. I don't like just giving guest lectures and then moving. So only if it is very interactive and get a lot of feedbacks and inputs from students and professors, I can give a lot of feedbacks and inputs to you. Is there any question to be?
Yes, sir. Usually the question is, students have this thought, where should they start? Like which area will welcome them into this innovation? Now most of them try to work on softwares and all. Now you have mentioned product level.
Yes.
So it is the fear for most of the students is the finance.
Yes.
Even to start a work, they have to involve a lot of money.
Yes.
So they don't know the outcome of that because of lack of exposure. You mentioned about industry interaction.
Yes.
So that is what most of them want. How do we interact with industry? How do we come up with an innovative thought? And how do we collaborate? And what project they should focus in basically to get into that innovation? So which area, which is the thrust area? That is what usually they struggle with.
Yes. Okay. Let me be very frank with you. As such, you take up any industry, first of all, you have to understand the problem statement in every industry. If you talk about automobile industry, what is the current problem they face with respect to the product outcome, or you have any failures with respect to troubleshooting, or with respect to innovation, or with respect to efficiency, especially efficiency. These products for automobile. Same way with respect to aviation industry, there is again lot of problem statements are there. First of all, you have to visit the industry, understand what is the problem they are facing with respect to that particular industry. Then you have to try to develop a system or a solution or a product or a software, whatever it is, as per that requirement. You have to satisfy the customer's problem. Once you start analyzing and approaching to treat their problem statements, that is the factor where you will be most wanted person and your product will be most wanted and demanding. Then nobody will hesitate to invest on that. It's the same company. You talk about a particular company who is manufacturing a particular product, but that product has got a lot of competition. So and they'll have a lot of problem statement also. So you take up one particular problem statement, you just enhance your knowledge and expertise into that, and you just develop a similar solution, or you add some value addition to the existing product itself by fine-tuning it or adding some value or some extra features to it. That itself is innovation, and that is where people, they like to invest and they treat you as an inventor, as a scientist, or some innovation person. So then they automatically pour in money. They don't mind spending money. The same industry where you approach, and if you just prove them a proof of concept, saying that, sir, already you have a particular product or solution or a vehicle or something, and I am trying to give you a solution where it will enhance the speed or it enhance the feature of a particular system into your product. For example, if you talk about an electric vehicle. So electric vehicles, most of the current problem faced by electric vehicle manufacturers is the efficiency of the battery power. So if you do some value addition to the battery power or storage or regenerative storage system, something like that. So that will be a most wanted system for the market or feature for the market or particular product. So all the EV industries, electric vehicle industry will concentrate on you only. So don't try to give which is already there, or don't try to give which is unique. So there are a lot of people. Most of the industry has got their own R&D lab. They can do that, but most of the R&D labs also, they don't concentrate on the problem statement. Basically, they'll try to create new innovations, new creations only. But actually, as an industry specialist and as a consultant to government organization, what I have experienced personally, past 25 years, why I'm still most wanted person in the industry is, I always analyze and create solutions and products for the market where it needs some migration or take it to a next level. See, for example, if you talk about aviation industry, there are a lot of innovative products developed by foreign companies, and they provide, most of the aviation industry dominated by foreign companies only. Not most of the products which is utilized in aviation industry is not developed in India or Asia. Mostly it is targeted by European market and US market only. So how to tap that, and in spite of it, we can sustain here is try to develop a what is a reverse engineering or a retrofit product, which will really cater to the need of the aviation industry in par with the existing system and the proposed system. So that is where I was concentrating. I am now standing in a separate position and industry where nobody is there as a competitor for me. You understand? So like that, you have to develop a system first for a existing product or solution. Try to create a problem. Try to overcome the product demerits. Consider all the cons in any product or solution. Try to develop a product which will overcome the existing problems in that particular product or a project. That is itself is more than sufficient, and you will have more demand for your product and your knowledge. So, and that product will be funded by automatically by any industry, industrialist, or any angel investors, venture capitalists, or government itself. So recently, I have been associated with one more startup. A lot of software companies I am working as a consultant, but to name few, I have been working with a company called Blue Nav Technologies. So there, what is the problem is, lot of vehicles movement inside the air side. You talk about other than the flights, there are a lot of vehicles. You talk about your baggage vehicle, your staircase vehicle, your food supply, everything. All these vehicles, they don't have a proper sequence movement inside the airside. It will be apparently moving here and there without any proper sequence or any proper protocol or rules. So now, because of that, there are a lot of hindrance due to which the movement and takeoff and landing of flight is hindered, so that they don't achieve the mark. Every airport aviation industry, every airport has got a milestone just to make money out of how many landing and takeoff they make in a day within an hour. That is the key role. So that is where all in the aviation industry is fighting towards. So if you talk that way, this aviation industry has got the same requirement. Now these people, those who are using this ground vehicle movement, for all airlines have separate equipments and ground movement vehicles to just attend to any of the airlines. So these vehicles are not following any rule sets. They have a different rule sets of their own, because of which the delay in getting their flight after landing to the parking bay, and from the parking bay to the takeoff runway. So this problem is sorted out by this startup company called Blue Nav. They develop a solution where using a particular tracking mechanism, where covering the entire airport area, and they give a specific feedback information based out of some algorithm and analysis report. So because of which this particular vehicle movement is controlled and monitored, and it is streamlined in such a way, so the movement of takeoff and landing of each and every airlines is happening at an effective way. So like that, lot of problems are there. If you take up any industry, even Chennai airport, there are a lot of problems. And you talk about the navigation equipments for avionics students. So most of the navigation equipments which is there in flights as well as in ground are not the latest. It is old, because any government or any industry, they always try to buy equipment which is there for more than 10 to 15 years. Because that is how they don't discard the equipment just like that unless until it fails totally. So what they do, they try to develop lot of solutions which will actually work in tandem with the existing system and as well as the future system. But most of the foreign companies and any existing companies, they try to sell their product just like that by replacing the existing system, which none of the government organizations will accept that. They don't want to discard the system just like that. They always want to use it until the system deteriorates and dies by itself. They don't want to kill the equipment. So what we have to do, sir, that is where I came into the picture. I have been developing a lot of solutions like that for this airport authority in India for past 25 years, developing a system which will work in tandem with the existing system and the proposed system. Just migration will happen very smoothly, so that most of the existing employees of the aviation industry, they cannot just like that master the new technology. They need some time, because they have been trained and utilized by the existing system only. So when they want to migrate to a new system or new technology, they need time to learning time. They need some grace time to learn and master the technology. So for that, how you can do is you have to develop a retrofit system or develop a re-engineering system, which will communicate with the existing system and the proposed system and slowly convert the information system into the next level, take it to a digital transformation level. So what I would recommend is develop such systems. Don't try to develop which is not there, something unique, innovative, by developing a product from looking at some thesis submitted by say theoretical aspect from IEEE papers. All those things are not necessary, because as a independent consultant and experienced person, I'm telling you, try to ask your students to develop system. Go to any industry, as analyze, approach and analyze what are the demerits, what are the drawbacks, or what are the problems they have. Try to eliminate that problem and give a better solution. That is where you will be most wanted, and your product will be funded without any hesitation. So once that is been accepted and they fund the basic funding, then you can take it forward. You just fine tune it in a still better way and take it to a next level to government organization. They will fund, and a lot of government schemes are there to fund your Make in India initiative program, and everybody can become an entrepreneur. So is that clear? Whatever I
Yeah, it is clear. It is clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
I at this juncture, sir, I would like to just split into two. Right now, we have two sets of students right now.
Okay.
Now, few of them are just right now in their final year.
Okay.
Some of them are not getting breakthrough in their work.
Okay.
So, which avenues they can work on right now? If at all they want to stick to aviation or aero industry, that is one part. And
Okay.
like what you said right now, sir, all that can be applicable mostly. In my point of view, I feel that the second year, third years. Now you said now they have to go and visit an industry, then understand the problem, then create a problem statement based on their observations, then
Yes.
develop a solution for that particular problem.
Yes.
And you mentioned clearly, sir, about digital transformation. So
yes,
it
yes.
is something
That is the
with
need of the
respect to
industry, today's industry.
Yeah. So I could understand that is the need right now.
Yes.
There is a necessity for digital transformation, upgrading the existing technology, but we are not going to again reinvent the wheel, but rather improve the wheel.
Yes, yes.
So that will be more applicable for the second and third year, sir. Now, how do we focus on the current final year students, sir? Now they want to step out. How can we do?
See, I'll tell you, this is not that it is meant for only for second year, third year. It is in the learning process. They can what they can do is first of all, as I have experience in interacting with a lot of students, at the final year when they come out of the college, when we ask about their first year, second year, third year, it is Greek and Latin to them. None of them will be able to, not only in orderly form, even if you ask in a jeopardized manner about the subjects what they have studied during the second year, third year, I bet 90% of the students will not be able to answer. Because I have practically seen, because I was sitting into the selection team, I have interviewed a lot of students. So whenever I ask students, I ask only this question: what are the subjects you have learned during your second and third, fourth and fifth, or the second and third year subjects? Just name one subject which you really are interested or you are master at. Try to tell me something, some technology or some product. You'll not be able to answer. Then only I'll come to their final year. Okay, forget about your third year, fourth year, because it's old, which you have passed out. Now, currently you have studied about 6 months back or 1 year back. Tell me what are the elective subjects you have covered, and out of that subjects, or which subject really fascinated you and which is interested you, and try to tell me some technology about that. Again, they fail. Then finally, I will go to the project report. When they ask about the project also, they said, no, sir, we were working in a team. I was not much involved in that side. I have brought this project from somebody. It's like that only they used to answer. So none of them had really done anything, putting their full knowledge and effort and the interest towards that. So first thing, what they have to do is getting into any innovation, they should contribute their complete time, energy, and interest, knowledge, everything towards that. If you don't put that, you cannot achieve. So that is why I always say, whether it is second year, third year, no, let them concentrate. They can do. See, that is I heard that some colleges, universities, they have a first the initial short-term project report, project or some internship program and all. During that time, let them study and analyze. Let them not develop or anything. Only at the final year, they'll be have a position to, because if you talk about the practicality, real-time lab experience, they'll get only out of their fourth and fifth year, the third and fourth year. Am I right? First 2 years, 2 and 3, they will not have any exposure towards the technology. They will have only theoretical know-how and knowledge. So what they have to do is only when they come out of the third year and fourth year, when you enter the fourth year only, you will have some knowledge about the lab equipments and how to use it, how to do things, and they will understand the in-depth knowledge of the technology. So only thing is, don't underestimate that even to second and third year students, they can start, but they have to start from that age only to understand the problem statement. Once they come to the third and fourth year, they should start developing a system or solution for that problem statement. Once they come out, they have to be the position to present that particular problem statement which they have developed or a solution to that. And automatically industries will approach them. At the time of entering any industry, they project this as a separate curriculum. They have developed a problem statement for this particular problem in a particular industry. If they project it to any industrialist, they will be the most wanted people. Okay. As an industrialist, I myself will look into that only. Somebody bringing some solution to me, which can really not only just creating money. Money is the secondary item. First thing is they should have some knowledge and expertise to develop a solution which will cater my needs. It will solve my problem, my personal issues, which I am facing in my industry. So that is what I always expect. So I don't want a person who want to come and learn in my organization and do nothing to my organization, contribute nothing. It's a waste of time and energy. So I will not select him. So that is why I always advise students to first from second year. First year it is common syllabus for all. All departments study the same old +2 syllabus. Like say in addition to it, some engineering like ED drawing and some subject which is related to the industry or engineering. But from the second and third year only, they will start real-time engineering subject with respect to the curriculum or a stream they have selected, like mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical, and on like that. Then third and fourth only, they'll come to the real-time subject of that particular department or particular curriculum. So there they can develop such. So until then, they cannot develop, they can only analyze and study. Let them do the analysis and study at the second and third year. And let them develop a solution or a product at the third and fourth year. And when they come out of the college, let them submit this proposal or a DPR or whatever you call it, project proposal to any industry, which is they really require this particular solution or problem statement. Then they'll most wanted, they'll be absorbed. Most of the IIT students which are getting placed, no, they do that only. They don't do only studies alone. During that curriculum period, with the time of finishing a degree, they develop 2-3 solutions for problem statement solutions for a particular industry. They'll go with that only. So that is why they are most absorbed into the industry by paying more salary. Same way we can also do. For that, what you need is only the interest, the passion towards learning, analyzing, studying the problem statement which is faced by the industry of that particular sector or industry or vertical. Then they have to project it. Say, sir, in this industry, this is the today's current problem faced by most of the industry. So I have got a solution for this particular problem. I have got a solution and I have got a product for this particular thing. And with a value-added feature I can add to existing system, it can take to the next level. So mostly they will be on demand. You cannot just simply go with a degree. Today is nothing but like a, what to say, most of the university award is like a passport. Next, you need a visa to enter into a country. Am I right? With passport, you can only travel. But to enter into a country, you need a visa. That visa is that product problem statement or a thesis or a project proposal or a DPR which you carry with you at the time of completing your college curriculum. I hope this is very clear to everybody.
Yes, sir. I understood, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. You said it is like a stepping stone, exactly.
Yes.
To enter, to get absorbed into industry.
Yes.
Coming back to the project, sir.
Yes, sir.
We need some technical insights, sir. Like which particular area, thrust area, the student should focus right now. Like some of them like to venture into drone industry. Some of them like to venture into the engines of aircraft. Now, having Nithya ma'am today, iJET Aviation, they will definitely give us suggestions. No doubt in that.
Yes,
so which thrust area they should focus? That's the first thing, sir. Technical insights we require. Second, sir, as per what you said, no, we can't get funding upfront, but rather halfway through or somewhere when you have a solution, then we can get funding. That is what I could understand. This is the student's perspective.
Yes.
Student's perspective. Upfront, no one will get fund. Without doing anything, no one will get any fund. But rather, they have to do something only then later on to enhance their work into something useful, then they may get fund. That's what you
Yes,
said.
yes.
So
See,
right
now
now we want some technical insights,
CapEx
sir.
and
Which
OpEx.
trust area?
Even if you take about any industry, if you go and approach a bank, they will try to analyze what is that solution, what is the product or solution you are going to develop. If it's a product development, industrial funding like TIC and a lot of companies are there, they'll give you if you are going to be a production industry. If you are a service industry, what is that you are going to serve and what is the market you are going to cover. Like that, everything requires a project proposal and then the market share and the return of investment, all these things. You have to shell out 30% from your pocket and remaining 70 to 80 or 90%, they'll give you. So this is how it happens. So the basic level, whatever you have to do is, you have to have an idea first. That idea investment, you have to make it with a prototype model. Idea and prototype is your investment. Beyond that, you don't require finance. You don't require much money. To create an idea and this particular prototype model, you have to spend a little bit on that. So that is why I advise you, right from the final year project, if you concentrate, anyway, you are going to spend your money and develop a prototype model for the project. Am I right? So that itself, you can take it to next level and take it as an idea grant for the grant or any investment, angel investment, seed funding, whatever you call it. That is why I gave an idea. Right from your final year BE or any curriculum project, you concentrate on this particular sector or vertical for a particular industry and start developing it. Don't try to develop a system just as a thesis project which is developed theoretically and try to prove it. It will not work because most of the theory will not be practically possible to implement. So you have to analyze your own solution, your own problem statement to cater to that particular industry. Once you develop that in your curriculum as a project report or project system, project curriculum, then you can take it to a next level. When you come out of a college, you can take the same project report or project to an industry and say, sir, I have developed during my curriculum, this is my project report, and I have developed a unique and special solution. And this which can taken to your industry, it can improve your efficiency of your particular industry or efficiency of a particular division. That is how you should project it. So you'll automatically get funding for that. Or even if you just take it as a job or a job opportunity, that itself is a funding, right? You are getting salary to learn more. Don't feel that even if you get a small amount of salary, don't feel bad. You should think that they are paying to learn, not for your thing. They are paying you for learning, and they give you the opportunity and space to present or learn your implement your technology solution. These are the things they would. Same way, even if you go get into startup and incubation companies, incubation centers, they provide you space. The thing they'll give you a lab to test, unique test lab, and they'll give you guidance. They'll have a mentor for you to guide you and support you on the technology which you're going to develop, the idea grant to next level. So same thing happens with the industry. You can directly approach industry, or you can become your own entrepreneur by taking your idea into next level. So this idea or whatever the technology, problem, solutions, everything should start from your curriculum. Don't try to wait until you finish your college and then develop something and then take it to industry. That is where you lose. Because as long as you are inside your college, the university and college has got a very good support for you. You can do anything under that. People doesn't know the value of a college. So that college campus itself is a very big learning opportunity for students. So they should effectively utilize the college campus and the lab facilities and the professors' knowledge and expertise. I don't know how many of the students are utilizing that. As I have seen, I don't feel most of the students utilize the opportunity being a student inside a college and effectively utilizing their own labs, their own campus, and their own professors' knowledge and expertise. They'll try to finish the curriculum at the earliest, try to run away of college. That is the mentality of current students, which should change. Those days when we were all studying, how much we have effectively utilized our college lab and professors' knowledge and expertise. So I hope you all agree to that. So let us advise our students also the same, to ask them whatever they want to develop, idea, proof of concept or product or solution or software, whatever it is. Let them start from the college itself, final year. All 4 years they have time, sir. They can slowly develop some system or setup or a particular proof of concept, prototype model or a technology that they can take it to a next level by participating in most of the industry competitions, or directly to an industry where their product or solution will really be taken or considered for improvement. Anything else? Because patenting will come only when your product is first accepted by the industry. Then you can patent your technology. That is another way that before and all, you have to spend a lot of money for patenting. Nowadays, government gives you a lot of grants and a lot of aid subsidy to patent your knowledge and technology. So once it is patented, that has got more value addition than any other product which is not patented. Then if you talk about this industry-wise, sector-wise, if you are asking the drone industry and all, see, again, if you talk about the industry-wise, if you take about aviation industry, inside airport, there are about 18 departments. How many of you are aware of it, I don't know, but there are 18 departments. Each department has got its own development and its own management or technology approach. So if you try to understand these departments itself, it's a very big knowledge base for you. Like you have CNS, communication, navigation, safety, which is where I am working as a consultant to airport. That department is called CNS, which means communication, navigation, safety and surveillance. They take care of the complete communication, navigation and safety surveillance of all airports in India. Then you have ATC, air traffic control. Then you have air traffic management. Then you have this ATS, air traffic services. Then you have CNS planning. Then they have electrical department. Then you have IT department. You have projects department. Then you have maintenance department. Like that, a lot of departments are there. First, you have to understand how many departments are there in a particular industry, what is the roles and responsibilities, and where you can enter pitch in your solution or product to them, and what are the problems you can analyze and ascertain. These are the things for every industry. These are the criteria. They have a lot of departments first. And try to understand the department, try to understand the industry first. Then you try to enter into industry. It is easy for you. If you go blindly enter into any industry, you will be like a Greek and Latin, and you will be like a nomad in a forest. First, understand before entering any industry. What is the requirement? What are the departments are there? Which department you are trying to get into? This knowledge you should discuss with a panel of people like us. There are a lot of people, consultants, private companies, vendors who supply equipments to these departments in aviation or automobile or any industry. Every industry has got a fixed registered vendors. They only supply such product. So if you approach them, they'll tell you what is the requirement, what departments are there, what department does what roles and what responsibilities. That is how you should gain knowledge. Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a
Yes, please go ahead, ma'am.
Sir, regarding the patent, I have a situation. If we find an innovative product and after
Yes.
applying for patent, is there any chances or situations where, like for some reason, a patent gets on hold, or for some reason a patent gets on pending? Is there any situation that a patent gets misused or stealed by someone, sir?
No. See, it's again, I tell you, every industry has got a protocol. There's a certain return standard rules and policies. If you abide by these policy rules, and if you go through proper channel, your patent will not be misused. If you go through some third-party agents and somebody say a consultant, we'll guide you, we'll take it for you, then if you give it to them, of course, they'll try to steal and sell it to somebody where there is a demand. Understand? It's the same thing. See, for example, if you are going to deposit a money, where will you deposit? If you deposit in the proper bank ATM and the proper channel, it will be processed and your money is safe. If you try to give it through a third party, try to send it to a bank, and then of course it gets misplaced and he'll take it, run away. Similar to that. Every industry has got a standard. They have a department. They have a policy set. There is a rules. There are different guidelines. If you follow these things, your thing will not get misplaced. Once it enters, you patent it and you get a certificate or a paper for that particular patent, your patent will not be misused. Why they take some time to certify your patent is, they will try to analyze whether similar patent is submitted by anybody else in the same sector or in the industry, or anybody else has done it something, and what way yours is unique and innovative when compared to the existing patent. All these things they'll analyze. So for that only they need 6 months time, not more than that. So within that period, that's why I say once you develop any idea or any proper project solution, you first take it, prepare a prototype, develop a DPR, go approach that particular industry to which you are going to cater your product or patent, which industry is going to suit. Go approach that industry. Just don't give them everything. Just tell them, sir, what is this problem statement? I have a small idea. If you do like this, you can overcome this problem. You try to explain them. If they show interest and they say yes, okay, then you patent it and come to them saying that this product I have. They'll absorb you either in industry as a big consultant or a developer, research developer, or they'll give you some opportunity as employee with more salary and more recognition. That is how it happens. But whatever it comes to, always I advise you to accept, because if they give you employment, it is a learning opportunity. Don't feel that I have come with a very big idea and at last they have given you a very less salary. Try to learn, because every process is a learning process. As a student, you learn something. As an employee, you learn something. Okay. As an entrepreneur, you learn something. Every stages of this particular thing in life is a learning process. Just always feel that you have to learn. Nothing is just absorbed without a learning. So this is a learning process. If you get an opportunity to work in a company, don't feel that the industry is big or small, they're offering this much and all. There you learn something. There is opportunity to learn there also. You understand? You might be getting an opportunity to learn the problem statement, because in a small level industry only you have opportunity to get into all departments. Once you go join a big department, a big organization or industry or enterprise, you will not be allowed to switch departments. You understand? You have to stick only to your department. If you overcome this rule, you will be chucked out. So always, if you want to learn more, try to join an industry where it is a budding stage, startup company or small level industry. There you have no restrictions between departments. Anybody can get into any department and learn anything. You can start using the tool room or labs. That is the opportunity you get in a small level industry. You don't feel bad that I'm getting into a small industry. You understand? Always, if you get any opportunity, make use of it. That is what I advise people. That is how I have learned my knowledge and expertise by joining so many industries. Before coming into this position, I have traveled a lot. I have joined worked with many industries, not particularly aviation industry. I've been an automation engineer, I've been a sales engineer, I've been a service engineer. Then only I have come to this level. Because that knowledge of my sales, marketing and service and development, research, all this knowledge only now gives me to develop my own product and solution for a particular industry. You understand? So always everything is a learning process. Don't waste time. Learn. Right from your college, first entry, second year. First year you will enjoy. Because after your school curriculum, the first year is for enjoyment. Enjoy fully. But the second, third year, concentrate on your subject, technology, and what you have to achieve at the final semester. That you do it right from that place. Once you do follow that, that's really a golden era for me.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. And especially with respect to this individual vertical industries, as Sarah asked, you can approach iJET Aviation Arms, where they'll guide you to get into a particular industry, what certification program you have to undergo. Because every industry has got like I said, every country has got a separate visa. With one country's visa, you cannot enter other country. Passport is universal. To travel, you need a passport to get into any country. But after getting into the thing, you have to enter into the country, you need a visa. Like that, these diploma, certificates, all these are meant for that particular industry. You have to get into a particular industry, you have to undergo a certification, small level, 3 months, starting from 3 months to 3 weeks, certification programs are. That is nothing but to test your knowledge on this 4-year curriculum, what all you learned, what is that you have on the particular technology or particular vertical or a particular industry. So just to brush up knowledge, they'll ask you a few questions. Once you answer that, they'll give you a certification. That is to certify that yes, you are capable of understanding the industry, understanding the subject. That itself, they need a certification. Their college education curriculum certification is different. That is to certify that you have mastered these subjects. But after mastering the subject, how to implement this knowledge and expertise, what you learn in your curriculum, to that particular industry. For that, you need another certification. That certification is guided by most of the institutions like this. They'll try to teach you this diploma certification, how to prepare for it, how to go about it. Then you can enter the industry easily without any hesitation or difficulty. Otherwise, if you directly try to approach industry, They will not entertain you as a student. They'll treat you only as a student. Yes, sir. Any other questions?
My final question to you, sir,
Yes, sir.
before
Yes, sir.
we go to Nithya ma'am's speech. How can we see Sridharan sir as an angel investor? What is his expectation, if so?
Okay, sir. That's really an appreciable question. I really appreciate that. A straightforward question. I always like that instead of doing about a roundabout beating the bush. See, I always appreciate students if they have a thorough knowledge about any product idea they have. If they are very strong in the technology, how much ever I twist and question them, if they are able to answer and justify, yes, this technology will work out for this particular industry, I will invest on that as an angel investor, and I'll take it to a next level. That much I can do. I vouch in front of everybody. I am not hesitant to answer this question. I'm very frank and open.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Nithya ma'am, you can just give your insights. What are the career
Yes.
opportunities?
Yes.
What they can
So like having a beautiful session with Sridharan sir, I would like to tell all the students out there, as he had mentioned about the various activities and other things that happen in the airport and the openings available for students. All aeronautical engineers must keep in mind that the bridge between an employment or the bridge to become an employee or an employer, it is all in the candidate's project, like as he said. So we would also like to analyze the individuals' projects and would like to interact with them in person. Given an opportunity, we would be happy to come and interact with the students in person to understand their various vision, what they have as an individual in their career that will be useful for them to put their first step into the industry. Whether it's aerospace, aeronautical, or aviation, as sir had mentioned, there are so many sectors, but students, as you know, a part of aeronautical syllabus or aerospace syllabus, must understand that all aircraft manufacturers or aircraft maintenance organizations would require an additional aspect that they need to have as a ticket to get into the industry. For example, you will all be aware of technical publication, technical documentation. All these aspects of industry require students to have a particular English as well as numerical knowledge to do their documentation, as well as understanding aircraft's performance. So all this verticals in the industry require a very little but more basic knowledge for them to pitch yourself to start your career with. If not, on the other hand, the project makes a major role. If you're someone who's got a very innovative or you feel your project is going to be a great addition to the industry, then that is another avenue we can look into it, where you will be an employer if you have got a successful funding and you'll have a team to take it ahead. So we have two streams in which we can work with the students. We'll make them understand whether they're going to be an employer or employee. As it was mentioned earlier, whatever is the chance you get, just grab it. So we'll be able to help students on the same, and you have a lot of openings that is coming, and India going to be one of the booming industries in aviation for the next 3 years. It's the right time to pitch into the industry. So you've got a very good project. If you've got a very good career path, you have decided where you have to go, we are here to guide. So if students have any queries, they can always get in touch with us. We will also be happy enough. I will be more happy enough to interact with the students in person, given an opportunity after your examinations, after your semesters. So,
one more point I would like to answer. Basically, every student should understand that at the time of joining a particular subject, that is department or curriculum, before they complete it, that 4 years, the industry is also changing. It's not constant, it's not fixed. If you talk about aviation industry, at the time of joining as an aviation student, by the time they complete and come out of the college, industry has developed and improved 10 times. So to update their knowledge about that 4 years gap of this development, they should again brush up their knowledge with respect to the particular industry or sector. That is why they require the certification program and diploma program. You understand? That is the necessity of this particular curriculum, that is certificate and diploma programs, which is developed by government agencies. Because straight away when you come out of college, at the time of joining the aviation industry, you had a different perspective and knowledge about the aviation industry. But the time you finish your aviation studies, it entirely changes. 10 times it has improved, developed. You have to compete with that, means you have to learn something in between. So that is why we need to always have a visa sort of program at a short level, even at a certificate program as a diploma or a PG diploma, whatever it is. It's a bridge courses. Actually, all the certification diploma programs are bridge courses.
Nithya ma'am, you as an aeronautical student, how do you just see the students right now? So you know what projects they work. They work on aerodynamics, propulsion, structure or airframe, composite materials, drones. So most of them work on software. Now being in lockdown, now this is the scenario because they on and off they just visit the laboratory to work, but due to the lockdown they can't continue over there. So their progress is hampered. Also, they're losing their motivation in this aspect. So what they're doing, so they have to just restrict their work to some software because they have to fulfill the academic requirements.
Yes.
So rather than sir, like sir said, to take it to an innovative scale, but they can't do that because they have a lot of constraints, practically speaking. Because I also have given them suggestions, but time is as such that they can't do it. Now, what can they do now? So, what field they can focus on? Or now their project work, what should they do next?
Okay. You answer, then I'll conclude. You just started.
Actually, sir, as you have told, due to the scenario of Corona, students have been accessing a lot of designing and they utilize whatever is available. That is one key point a student should actually have to develop to the next stage. So if they are working on softwares like ANSYS, CATIA, ProE or SolidWorks, there is a lot of opportunities for students if they are an expertise in that. Because as you know, the new normal is all going to be online and it's all e-learning and they have to do things. If they're very comfortable with that, then I would happily say that there is, of course, a career for students if they are expertise in designing. If not, if the students are good at their thesis, if you feel the project reports, whatever they're developing is good and it is up to the standards of industrial standards, then it is also again going to give them an opportunity. Apart from that, what aspects we can work for the students is that the projects, whatever the projects they are doing, of course, we require some incubation and research support that we could do from our end for the students, which would be easier for them to access through the network we've got, like we've got industrial experts who help students into technical documentations. So these are the additional things we can offer students to move their career or at least match to the current level where they have to work with the current scenario and get into another innovation that is coming in. So if the designing aspect is good, it is fair enough. We need not worry about the student's career. Or if their documentation project is really good, then again there is a career. Apart from that, if they require any research or any support that has to be done practically for them, apart from the college outside, we can support those students who've got interest. So I will hand it over to Sridharan sir. He will also give a feedback of what are the aspects students can pick up their career and go.
Sir, as Ms. Nithya mentioned, see, and you also said during COVID, there is a lot of difficulty for students too. But one thing I would always like to tell you is, whatever the products or solution they develop at the time of curriculum, of course, they have to complete the curriculum, so they are doing it. But that is not concentrate because there is no manufacturing industries for aviation in India. It is going to start now. A lot of aeroparks are coming. Now only there are a lot of foreign companies and other Indian companies are investing into development on products and solutions for airlines and aviation. But as of now, it is only at the maintenance level and only operational level. So if you talk about Airport Authority of India or any private airports, they are doing only the maintenance and operation job. They are not into developing or manufacturing airlines or aircrafts. So students who are developing projects, let them develop a product or a solution or a project with respect to the operational aspects or this maintenance aspect of the particular industry. So if you talk about automobile, there are a lot of development manufacturing, which is very strong when compared to all other countries. India is very popular and very strong in manufacturing of automobiles. There you can develop any product or solutions for the automobile industry. But for aviation industry, if you took any aeronautical students, they have to concentrate on the more into the operational maintenance efficiency part and how to improve the efficiency of the movement or management of the airport operations or anything related to inside the flight. If we talk about the services they opted for, what all the services if they give, they can have, for example, even the baggage tracking is a very key innovative product solution which is required, but there is no effective solution as of now inside India. Of course, in foreign countries they have, but to implement that, we need a lot of funding. So they don't implement it here. None of the airlines, they have money to spend on that solution which is developed by foreign countries. If your students can develop a solution for baggage handling inside India without loss and effectively, efficiently transforming these baggages into the airlines or aircraft and offloading it and delivering it to the customers. This it is happened totally automated and very effective without any loss or without any hindrance or without any delay. That itself is a big achievement. There, software is involved, hardware is involved. Each one can play their own role in that. Like that, you can select a lot of verticals. Excuse me, sir, there is an urgent call.
Sorry, sir. We will connect with them shortly. If students have got any other questions, in case if it's going to be in any other languages apart from English also, you can ask. You can feel comfortable and ask whatever is your question.
The platform is open. Everyone can ask questions. Even students from other department, those who participated, can ask.
If they comfortable in Tamil also, Tamilல கேக்குறதுனாலும் நீங்க கேட்கலாம். Boys, girls. Don't think that if it's going to be however lame it is, you can ask. Don't feel shy. So it can be an interactive session.
Sorry, apologies. Yeah.
I was telling the students, sir, that if they are comfortable, they can communicate in any other language they are comfortable. So if you want to ask any questions, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam,
the language is not a barrier at all for getting into any industry. I know a lot of, if you talk about aviation industry, there are a lot of people who are from North India. They don't speak much English, but they are very strong in their industry because they know what they want to do. So, of course, language is also important, but to be frank, that is not only the barrier.
Boys, அது எவ்வளோ like whatever you feel, you might have an idea. நீங்க நினைக்கலாம் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபைனல் இயர் ப்ராஜெக்ட் நான் இதை டிசைட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், இது வெளியில சொன்னாது அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க ஃபீல் பண்ணாலுமே you can let us know. See, we all have come through that way, but we didn't have a platform to interact. உங்களுக்கு உங்களோட ப்ராஜெக்ட் இதுதான் பண்ண போறீங்க, இது வந்து எனக்கு ஐடியா இருக்கு, அந்த மாதிரி ட்ரோன் வாட் எவர் இட் இஸ், லைக் நீங்க என்ன டிசைட் பண்ணியிருந்தாலும் அதை நீங்க வந்து சொல்லுங்க. You have any, you need any support, you need any clarity on that, we'll be able to support. Or you can always communicate through your respective project guide. Assistants or kita neenga communicate pannalum, we'll be able to support through your respective project guide, through the college, we will be able to support. Don't feel shy. எதனாலும் கேளுங்க, like you have any doubts, you can always ask.
The openness will always stay away to learn more things more. Be open. Then only you can learn, grasp things much easier, faster. Don't hesitate to ask anything.
Or you can type the message, ma. Like you have that message box, you can type in the message and share. I will be able to answer over the messages. We'll not know who's asking, but we'll know whatever is your doubt, isn't it? So நீங்க உங்களோட ஏதாவது queries இருந்தா you can put it in the message box. I'll read it out to Sridharan sir. He'll be able to respond to your messages.
Yes. It's okay, man. What you can do is
Yeah, I don't
give
think
them
there
a
are questions.
questionnaire, ask them to write it in a paper and then send it, submit it to
Yeah,
SAR.
yeah, sure,
Then
sir.
we
Yeah,
can
that
collect
will be
it
better.
later on. Not necessarily
Correct.
they should ask now. Just don't give them freedom. Let them prepare it and send each other FAQ, frequently asked questions, sort of question and answer preparation. Send it to SAR and let the SAR share it with you, and we can go. Not about.
That's so
Okay.
nice of you, sir. Thank you for that
Thank
liberty.
Yes, no, I can understand students' mindset. Everybody had been a student and now only they are into this question. So I can understand their mindset. Let them give them space to talk and express their things freely. Let us not force them or push them to ask questions in a forum or a webinar like this. We'll give them opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, Lokita, you can take over.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir, for the time blogging lecture and also for capturing the event so perfectly. I'm sure students out there would have found this really helpful for their final year projects. And finally, it's out of thanks. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank all the dignitaries. On behalf of Aeronautical Department, Jeppiaar Engineering College, I extend my gratitude to Honorable Principal Dr. V. Natarajan sir and Tanivel Murugan sir, HOD of Aeronautical Department, for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I would like to thank each and every participant who have attended this session. I also wish to extend my gratitude to Asian Amit Master for organizing this webinar. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation and gratitude to our guest, Mr. C.Narayanan Sridharan sir and Mrs. Nithya ma'am, to take out their time from their busy schedule to grace the event. I wish all the very best for the future endeavors, and once again, I thank all the participants for their valuable presence. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Lokita.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody,
Nithya
for
ma'am.
giving us opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you,
so nice,
Heshan,
sir.
sir.
A lot of information you gave to us, sir.
Yes.
Especially in terms of innovation.
My pleasure.
It was really nice to hear. Where we should focus, you just highlighted. That was nice, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Nithya ma'am, for arranging everything.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, finally we could have this session actually.
Yes, sir. Yes, we've been waiting it for 1 month, and I would like to mention Lokita for having a very good the way you connected from the beginning till the end. I would like to thank student Lokita as well as Hastings sir, Tanivel sir for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you.
sir. Thank you, Sridharan sir.
Thank you.
Students, please fill the form, please.